Thomas wooed Camilla for a long time and in a wonderful way. He lavished her with flowers and presents, gave her tickets to events, and took her to restaurants. She, in turn, as if mocking him, never specified whether she wanted a relationship with him or not. When Thomas became bored with these games, he put her before the fact. Either he goes from her life forever, or she gives him the final answer. Camilla agreed to the second anniversary of their relationship after that. Seizing the moment, Thomas asked her to be his wife. He figured she'd want to play with him again and take her time thinking about it. Camilla, on the other hand, squealed with delight and accepted the proposal. Thomas believed he had finally found his true happiness. When her parents found out about the wedding, they immediately demanded grandkids, but Camilla laid siege to them. She didn't want to have a kid for the following 5 years and wanted to focus entirely on her job. She asserted, "As long as my work continues to captivate me and I achieve success, I have no plans to alter anything." They were dining at a family supper with their parents at this time, and both mothers were extremely upset. But Camilla pretended not to notice, something Thomas admired about his wife. She had her own point of view on everything, opinions she steadfastly defended. During the initial 2.5 years of their marriage, they enjoyed an ideal family life, both pursuing their individual self-development and careers, indulging in travel, and got a dog. Everything was fine until one moment everything changed. The couple started fighting all the time. Every minor detail seemed to infuriate Camilla, leading her to lash out at her husband with threats of leaving. For Thomas, it felt like a nightmarish scenario. He madly loved his wife and couldn't fathom the idea of her walking away. Desperate to mend things, he exerted himself to keep things calm, resisting the urge to respond in kind when she berated him for trivial matters. Thomas thought Camilla might be pregnant, attributing her mood swings and grumpiness to it. However, when he voiced his thoughts, she vehemently dismissed them and berated him for entertaining such ideas. This left the disheartened husband realizing that, after a day's work, he no longer felt the desire to return home, a sentiment seemingly shared by his wife. The past 6 months had been the most challenging period in their relationship. Thomas, filled with sorrow, contemplated the likelihood of their marriage ending in divorce. He endeavored to emotionally brace himself for the inevitable reality that his cherished woman would soon cease to be his wife. The mere thought of parting with her inflicted deep pain upon him. However, as time passed, Camilla did not discuss divorce, and it appeared to the man that everything was returning to normal. They began to talk more. His wife stopped nagging him about little matters. Their family life was restored to harmony and tenderness. With triple force, he showered his beloved with affection, indulging her every whim and purchasing anything she desired. He was willing to reach for the stars just to ensure that Camilla never entertained the thought of leaving him again. Life returned to its usual rhythm, and this continued for 6 months. Thomas and Camilla felt they were ready to start planning for children and were working hard to be ready. The man was overjoyed. Thomas realized one evening that he had left his cell phone at work. Frustrated with his oversight, he decided to use Camilla's phone to make a work call while she was in the bathroom. Aware that his wife never deleted anything from her phone, Thomas, overcome with boredom, chose to peruse their old vacation photos. As he flipped through the images without finding anything particularly intriguing, his attention was suddenly captivated by a peculiar video. Turning it on, he was stunned. He covered the screen with his hand many times, making it impossible for him to see what was going on. His wife, exactly her, appeared on the screen. Her thigh tattoo gave her away. Camilla was kneeling in a dark room, a man unknown to Thomas in front of her. What he witnessed made him ill. There were several videos of a similar nature. Shocked, Thomas flipped through them all, pausing at a few to examine them more attentively. He was not wrong. Camilla, his beloved wife, was the major character everywhere. Looking at the date, Thomas recognized it was right around the time they were having a marital crisis. He carefully assessed the information at his disposal, juxtaposing the known facts with Camilla's behavior, her rejection of intimacy with her husband in bed. As he connected the pieces of the puzzle in his mind, a wave of confusion initially swept over him. The man was initially perplexed. What should I do next? What would become of their family? Anger took the place of confusion. He clutched the phone till it crunched pitifully. Upon saving the video to his phone, Thomas set aside Camilla's phone and endeavored to regain his composure. He didn't want to reveal to his wife too soon that he knew something. His thinking was muddled by the need for vengeance. He feverishly considered how to be as cruel to Camilla as she was. He couldn't think of anything else to do than share the footage on social media for everyone to see. He knew her mother would see it and be shocked by her beautiful daughter's misbehavior. Thomas gloated ahead of time. He waited until his wife was ready to go for the gym. He was certain that Camilla would leave her phone in the locker when she went to work out and that she would be unavailable for at least 2 hours. During that time, a few dozen individuals would have the opportunity to watch the video. That's exactly what occurred. The wife came home enraged and in tears. Her eyes were swollen and red. She sobbed uncontrollably. Thomas felt overjoyed in his heart. He intended to cause her the same misery she had caused him, and he appeared to have succeeded. Camilla was cursing, yelling, and hurling objects at her husband. Her cries were so intense that at one moment she began to choke. Thomas offered her a glass of water. "How am I supposed to carry on now?" she asked, attempting to regain composure in her breathing. His eyes widened in surprise as Camilla continued in anger. "It happened a long time ago." Suddenly, the man burst into laughter. At that moment, he made a decision. He would not save his family. In his opinion, cheating was unforgivable and the cheater deserved to be cut out of his life immediately. That's exactly what he did to Camilla. Thomas' ex-wife was able to sue him for half of his real estate. He tried to fight it because he was upset that the cheater would get something she didn't deserve. But then he gave up, determined never to see Camilla again. Through mutual acquaintances, he learned that his ex-wife had repeatedly tried to start a relationship after their marriage, and had even been the mistress of one of the city's big industrialists, but had always ended up alone. She failed to create a serious relationship, and it must be said that the offended spouse took some satisfaction from the situation. After all, the karma of the cheating wife was bound to catch up with her. Thank you for listening to the story to the end, and if you like it, please support us with a like as well as subscribe to our channel. Write in the comments what